Hello, this video is part of a series covering the S22 Collet chuck system that comes standard on the Miyano BNX51 MSY. The S22 chuck system uses a master collet with interchangeable collet pads. This master collet assembly breaks down into four components. We have the master collet itself, rubber seals, clamps, and the collet pads. Rubber seals are provided to help mitigate chips entering the chuck system itself. These seals act as a barrier to help keep chips from entering the chuck sleeve area and interfering with or even damaging the collet. So it's highly recommended that you use them. They will need to be trimmed to accommodate for clamping diameter. The S22 collet pads mount to the master collet using dovetail clamping faces on a differential screw. This means that one side of the clamp rides on a right-handed thread while the other clamp rides on a left-handed thread. Before installation, it is important to have the clamps engaged evenly on the differential screw. This ensures proper full thread engagement when tightening up. Now to install the collet pads. When installing the collet pads, be sure to check for proper seating. Once you have ensured proper seating, you may tighten the clamp. You will need a number 10 Torx wrench. Notice the letters marked on the end faces of the collet pads, A, B, and C. Also, that I've installed the pads in alphabetical order in a clockwise direction. These markings are used to ensure the installation order and relationship from pad to pad remain the same. Where these types of markings are especially helpful are in scenarios where a custom-shaped collet has been machined or bored in place. Mark the custom pads in this way before taking them out, and now you have a means of putting them back in the same way. With the master collet fully assembled, it is now time to install the collet cap. There are 3 pins and 3 set screws. These engage with the nose of the master collet. When the whole assembly is mounted in the machine, this creates a monolithic connection to the spindle. You will need a 3mm hex wrench for this step. Aligning the cap to the collet assembly can be tricky. Locate one of the through holes on the periphery of the collet cap. Using a slot on the master collet as a reference, draw an imaginary line between the 2 tapped holes in the face of the cap. Now align it perpendicular to the collet slot. When installing the pin, be sure to not leave it bottomed out on the master collet. Install the pin until you feel or see it put pressure on the master collet. Then back it out at least 1 turn. Do not back the pin out too far. Next, we will install the set screws that keep the pins in place. When fully engaged, be sure that the set screw does not protrude past the OD of the cap. In my next video, I will be going over installing the collet assembly in the machine. Thank you for watching this video on the S22 collet system for the Miyano BNX51 MSY.